and preparing. Hey, I think it's going to work today. Hello.
Hey,
Hello,
buenas,
everybody. Buenas.
pues, buenas noches a toda la gente.
Hello, everybody. Okay.
Hola.
Just warning, we're going to stream this to YouTube tonight. So if you're watching the recording on YouTube, be sure to like and subscribe and come next Wednesday to the meeting with us. Okay, everybody. We're going to wait for a few more people to come in. In the meantime, Bob, Chet, Paula. Paula, do you say Paula or do you say Paula?
Depende. If estoy en un país que habla español, entonces Paula.
Muy
Otra
bien.
vez, hola.
Ajá. Muy bien. Excelente. Buena pronunciación. Good job. Okay. ¿Y vas a otros países muchas veces? ¿En otros países donde hablan
Ah,
español?
y cada año yo visito un diferente país. En el año pasado
Visité.
visité Nicaragua. Sí.
Really?
Y,
Nicaragua, did you meet Anna? ¿Encontraste?
no, es Ana de Nicaragua.
Ana.
Yes, yep, I am
Sí.
from Nicaragua. And I live in Nicaragua.
Me gusta
Una
mucho la gente en Nicaragua. Muchas personas son muy amables.
Obviamente, sí.
Sí.
Yes,
Sí.
we are.
¿Y dónde fuiste en Nicaragua? ¿En cuál parte?
Yo tengo un sobrina gran sobrina, ella de Nicaragua. Y yo fui al, no, ¿cómo se dice? Bautismo.
Su
De
bautismo.
Catholic.
Católica.
Catholic,
Católica.
sí, Catholic,
Católico.
es la niña de mi ah, sobrina, mi sobrina es 48 años.
Ella
Sí,
tiene,
ella tiene 48 años y su hija es un año. Un
tiene un
año.
año, tiene un año.
Es
Ujú.
un milagro, ¿no?
Sí,
Milagro.
un milagro. Sí, excelente.
Sí.
Bendiciones. Sí. Feliz Pascua. Sí. Happy Easter coming up. Muy
Ya.
bien, mucho gusto en conocerte. Chet, Manish, Bob. Any news? ¿Hay noticias?
No,
¿Noticias esta semana?
yo no tengo noticia, pero todo va bien.
Muy bien.
Me alegro por eso.
Sí, yo
Espero
también.
que los demás también.
Sí, todo bien.
¿Cómo se dice? Una Pascua, feliz Pascua.
Feliz Pascua.
Yes,
Happy Easter. Ujú.
which I was once told by one of my Puerto Rican friends in New York. When I said Feliz Pascua, she said, "That's not the way you say it." I said, "How do you say it?" She said, "Happy Easter." I said, "Okay, thank you."
That's good.
She
No
was
es como
serious too.
decirlo. ¿Cómo se dice? Happy Easter. That's brilliant. Chet, that's brilliant. Okay. Bob, noticias?
No,
No?
everything's good though. It's warmed up finally, so that's the big news here.
Okay.
It's
Good.
nice.
Excellent. Manish, you?
Um, No noticias.
No hay noticias.
No
Okay.
hay noticias.
And owner Johnny. I assume your name is Johnny, right? Or John or Johnny? Can you hear us? Owner
Yes, Johnny.
Johnny. Mucho gusto en conocerte. How are you today? ¿Cómo estás?
¿Cómo estás? Muy
Excelente.
bien, gracias.
Excelente. Okay.
That's about all I know.
That's okay. Bienvenida. Okay. We're going to go
Sound
through
good.
some things. That's okay. Just you can participate or not. You can just hang back and relax and let things absorb. I'm sure you will learn something. We always learn something. Okay. All right. Good. So what we're doing here for everybody is James Roseborough, who will be back shortly, I'm sure, has created some examples for us to go through tonight in English and in Spanish. And these examples that I'm going to share here pretty soon on my screen really help us go through and learn some new concepts and some new vocabulary. Ana Ugarte is here. She lives in Nicaragua, is Nika, and she's our native speaker, and she's going to help with any questions. Sometimes we have some other native speakers, native Spanish speakers who bounce in and participate. But that's what's going on here tonight. So like I said, feel free to participate or not. You can just hang back and relax. Okay, usually we have another dozen or so people bounce in. It depends. Bryce, we call Mr. Roseborough Bryce because there's two Jameses here. How you doing?
Hola.
How you doing here?
Good, good.
Good. Let me share screen and you can tell us what we're doing here tonight.
Okay.
All right. Thank you for doing these examples again. Okay, what do we got here?
Oh, this is just basically all verbs that have a different gender than, like say, for example, verbs or nouns that end in A that are masculine. That's basically what all of these are. There's a couple that are actually there's only one that's a true feminine noun that hold on, okay, see, now I'm confusing myself, thinking back and forth. Okay. There's one that is an actual feminine noun, but it ends with an O, but the rest of them are nouns or masculine nouns that end with an A instead of an O.
All righty, I got it. We'll see if we have agua and a cup and photo in here. And
I didn't put agua. I didn't put agua in there, but
okay, we might do that at the end.
Yes.
I think
yes, we probably will get through these. It probably won't take us too long to get through these.
All righty. Okay, so for those who have been here every week, you know what we're doing. Julie M wants to come in. There we go. Thank you, Anna. Who would like to have a go at translating number 1? ¿Quién quiere empezar por hoy?
I'll try.
Okay,
No traje un mapa y no puedo conseguir un señal en mi celular.
Yes, say señal. Señal.
Señal?
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, señal.
Yeah.
Una señal. I don't have a roadmap and I can't I don't have a roadmap and I can't get a signal on my cell phone. Oh, I didn't bring the traje.
Okay, so traje is kind of more like bring, right? Okay. I didn't bring. So un mapa, right? I think is what we're learning here today. So because you're tempted to say una mapa, and it's not.
Mhm.
Okay, lo traje. Everybody clear? Now, I personally have no idea how to say crossword puzzle, so I'm about to learn something.
I don't either.
All right, who wants to do number 2? Anybody have an idea how to say crossword puzzle? So let's start at the beginning, and then Bryce or Anna can help us. How do we say I do at least one?
Tango.
Hago,
That would be tab. That was wrong. That's wrong. Some
hago,
Argo, yeah.
at least one. Keep going, Bob.
Menos.
Al menos uno.
Menos.
Yeah, sorry.
Un
Crucigrama.
Oh, there we go.
crucigrama.
Crucigrama. Un crucigrama. Boy.
A day.
Al día.
All the yeah.
Okay, so say it in English and Spanish, Bob. The whole thing.
Oh, okay. I do at least one crossword puzzle a day. And in Spanish, hago al menos un crucigrama al día.
Good job. Great pronunciation. Okay.
Oh, gracias.
Crucigrama. Okay, I did not know that. Thank you, Anna.
On that one, I was actually I wasn't even thinking about day. I was really going for the crucigrama, but but it's a twofer. You know, you got dia in there and you got crucigrama.
El día. El
So it
día. He's referring to el día, al día. Right? Crossword puzzle. Okay. Does anybody know how to say puzzle? Just the word puzzle? How do we say puzzle? Rom. Have you heard it before? Rompa?
Rompacabezas.
Yes. It breaks your brain or breaks your head. Rompacabezas. Right? That's it. Yeah, puzzle. Rompe.
Rompe, yeah.
It's not rompa, it's rompe. I have been mispronouncing that for a long time. Okay.
Rompecabezas.
Rompecabezas.
You have put todos los días instead of al día.
If you want to say every day instead of a day, if you want to say every day, you would say todos.
Okay.
Right?
Cada día.
Cada día or todos los días.
Todos los días.
Good question. So, Manish, you want to do number 3?
Okay, no saben cuál es el problema. They don't know what is the problem. They don't know what the problem is.
Good.
So there's a few things to learn in this. All right. El problema. And you'll find that many of the Spanish words that end in M-A are masculine. I think I heard someplace they come from the Greek. Yeah,
Yes.
right, Briss? Yeah. And so el problema, right? All right.
Okay.
And notice that in English we say what, but in Spanish they use cuál.
Which.
Right? Okay. So I'm just pointing out that it's not ¿Qué es el problema? It's ¿Cuál es el problema? Cool. All right. The system. So this is another word that ends in M-A. System. How do you say system?
Sistema.
Okay. And so el sistema
Necessito.
Very close. Very good, Bob. Yeah, very close.
This is this, and it's until not updated.
Necesita.
Go ahead, Julie.
Necesita. Okay.
Ser actualizada or actualizado.
Good job. That was tough. Good job. Okay, so say actualizado.
Actualizado.
Yes. Anna, you want to say that once instead of me?
Actualizado.
Actualizado.
That sounds so nice when you say it, Anna.
Doesn't it?
Thank
I was
you.
going to say the same thing. It just sounds
you.
so easy. Actualizado.
Well, it is easy for me. Doesn't mean that it's really easy.
Good job. All right. Yeah, if you're watching the
Actualizado.
replay video, actualizado. Okay.
Actualizado.
All right. So this is a good sentence. This is good. We have a couple of things in this one, Bryce. Este es un tema muy complicado. What's that? I mean, you guys all know what this means, I think, right?
Mm-hmm.
So how would we say that in English? What's the common way we would say that in English?
This theme.
Complicated.
This is a complicated problem. This is very
Okay.
complicated.
Okay. What was that? Who's I think that was Chet said that. This is what?
Said Rod said it's a complicated problem, but I don't see problem there. This is complicated, right? Or very complicated.
Okay.
Yeah, very.
It's a very complicated.
The complicated
So what
subject.
word are we going to use there for tema? Theme. I mean, you can use its theme, the complicated theme, but we don't really say that.
Subject. It's a complicated subject.
Subject, comment. Okay.
Yeah.
So remember that este is masculine, right? Este is masculine. Un tema, right? And so it has an O in it. Muy complicado, right? So it's all got to match that masculine word there.
Oh, I got you.
Okay, yeah.
Makes perfect sense. All right, Johnny, you hanging in there?
Not really.
You're learning learning some new words here. Just hang in. Yeah. Okay. Paula, can you see the screen okay?
Sure, I can see it.
Okay. You want to try number 6?
I don't know what the word for turn up, so
We'll help you. We help.
puede, I don't know. I don't know what the word is.
But you know what? You know what to go.
She just said it.
Yeah, you do. You said it.
Subirle.
Uh-huh.
El radio.
Mm-hmm. But it's in this case, it's the reverse. It's la radio, even though
I didn't know you were going to stick tricky ones in there.
Well, this is a very interesting thing because you can also say el radio, y la radio.
Yeah.
You can.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, you can.
It's not short for like radiografía or something crazy like that.
No.
No.
Radiofonía.
Uh-huh.
But I've never heard anybody say that before.
Uh-huh.
And
Okay.
so el radio is the device itself. Okay. And
okay.
la radio is the station that the device is playing. I don't know how to say that.
Okay, well, that's
So either way, you
interesting.
would be understood.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Even, I mean, that's like fine tuning things, but if you just el radio or la radio, then people would know.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good information.
I'm sorry, I need to ask a question. Could you explain subirle? I was kind of with you until you said subirle.
Podría subirle a la radio. Okay.
What were you
Subir.
thinking?
Julie.
How were
was-
you translating this?
I was thinking, when she said subir, I was kind of on the same page, but the lay is what's throwing me off for a second. Is it,
Mhm.
but because it's not reflexive, so can you explain why lay is part of that?
Yeah, I would like to know what were you thinking first, so I can. You were thinking, podrías subir el volumen
Yeah,
de la
I was
radio?
just thinking it was just just subir as
Yeah.
the verb. But I didn't quite get why lay is part of it. I'm just a little confused on that as far
Is
as
this correct in English?
Yes.
The radio's volume or the volume of the radio?
That's yes. This is good right here, Anna. That's good.
Okay.
oh okay.
So this might snap into place, Julie. Look at what we're doing.
Okay, so see, we subirle el volumen, okay, and in Spanish we have to specify everything. And so here we're not saying what, but we really understand that is the volume, subirle. So what? We're not good. So because it's different if you say sube la radio a la mesa. Okay. You know, it's different than this. So in this case, we already know that we're talking about the volume. I think that's why this lay is like
the lay is
the volume. Yeah, it's like the indirect.
taking the place of what you're turning up.
All right.
Because you're not really turning up the radio itself, like raising the radio up.
Okay, so lay is related to the volume. That's why you put for subir lay on there, because you're basically saying turn up the volume, but okay. I think I want to say I get it, but
Well,
yeah.
you know, you were right here. Podrías subir el volumen de la radio. Okay, this is also correct.
That one
But
relates more to me, what I was thinking.
yeah,
so.
that's fine. If you say it, it's just perfect. There's nothing wrong, or it's very common also. So you don't have to but remember that in Spanish we shorten everything. So we want to make it shorter. So maybe that's what the reason.
Okay, thank you.
All right. If somebody is watching the YouTube live, I invite you to come join us. We're live right now. If you're watching the recording, then obviously we're not. But if you're watching live, the Zoom link is in the WhatsApp group, or you might have gotten an email to today. If not, join the community. Just go to sharelingo.com or sharelingo.org, or send us an email to hello@sharelingo.com, and we'll get you into these meetings. Okay, they're free. Okay, sube la radio. Could you turn up the volume of the radio? ¿Podría subir el volumen? Okay. So number 7. Who wants to do this?
Vamos.
7.
Let me try.
Okay.
Tomamos muchas fotos en la fiesta.
Yes.
We took a lot of pictures at the party.
Yes. So photos. Why is photos?
Oh, details now, right?
Why is, I've always loved this. Why is photos feminine?
No sé.
Think of the full word, because photos is just a shortened, abbreviated
photograph.
version.
Fotografía.
Photografía is feminine. And so la fotografía makes perfect sense, but when you shorten it, it's la foto. I think that's cool. La foto. Okay, took lots of pictures at the party.
Cool.
All right. This is another very good, important, common one that you're going to see a lot.
¿Cómo está el clima
El clima.
ahí?
Yes.
Oh, she's good.
El clima is masculine. Okay.
Lima.
Una mano.
I can do that one if you don't mind. I don't want to take up all the.
No, jump in.
Okay.
We have a pretty small group here tonight, so
Okay.
jump in.
I'll just do this one because I have to go and walk my dogs. Give me a hand if you have time this afternoon.
Mm-hmm.
I know.
Awesome. That's it, right? Una mano. Dame una mano. You're gonna
You know
be
what?
tempted.
I was just to like an add-on. I was talking to a Venezuelan earlier, and like we were talking about like esta tarde. It was like this afternoon, and I said this afternoon. And he said this evening. So I know there's kind of a depending, because I know we say evening, like anytime after what 5 or 6 o'clock.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
I don't. They use like this evening as this
There
afternoon.
is no equivalent word in Spanish for evening.
Yeah.
It goes directly from good afternoon to good night.
Mm-hmm.
But in Spanish, you can say good night, buenas noches, as a greeting, not just goodbye. Like we tend to say good night as a farewell, a goodbye. Good night, everyone. But they could very easily start a meeting, start a presentation with buenas noches a todo, right? Meaning good night, everybody, like right at the beginning of the speech.
Well, we would say good evening, everyone.
We would say good evening.
Much the same.
Right.
It's got to be dark though before you say
night.
Good night to somebody, because they will correct you. They'll say, nope, it's still tarde.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So Bob, help us out with number 10.
Okay. Let's see how much.
I washed. It's past tense.
I know. Okay. Lavabe, I guess, or yeah, lavabe. Yep. Lave. El motorcycle.
So how do you say motorcycle?
Motorcycle. No.
Very close. Very close.
Motocicleta.
Cicleta, yeah, okay.
Motocicleta.
Esta mañana is the last of that.
Uh-huh. This morning. Esta mañana.
Okay. Esta mañana.
Okay.
Llave.
This is like photo. The long word is feminine.
Oh, you can say moto? Cool.
So the short word is also feminine, la moto. Okay, just like photograph, photo.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
La moto.
Careful how you pronounce that word in the middle. Number 11.
What's this? Sofa?
That is
Un sofa, a couch. Oh, very comfortable couch. Okay.
That is a very comfortable couch. So,
bueno.
Sofa.
Sofa.
Yes. All right. Say the whole thing there, Bob. The whole Spanish and English.
Okay. Ese es un sofá muy cómodo. Cómodo.
Good job. You corrected
Okay.
yourself. Cómodo.
That
Cómodo.
is a very comfortable couch.
Yes, it is. All right. And so number 12. I know everybody's wondering, like, okay, dilemma.
Estamos, or ahora estamos. You know what? I'll let somebody else talk if you want.
No, go ahead.
No, go ahead, Julie.
Oh, ahora estamos en un dilema.
Un dilemma.
Yeah, that's a tough one, right?
That was sneaky.
Mhm.
Ahora está. Okay.
Right.
Bueno.
So this is called a cognate, something that
Una
sounds,
rompecabezas.
a cognate sounds basically the same in both languages and means basically the same in both languages. So dilemma is a cognate. Embarazada is a false cognate. It sounds like a word we know, but it doesn't mean that. Right?
What was the second word you said?
Embarazada.
Embarazada.
embarazada. Okay,
Embarazada. Embarazada. Which means pregnant.
Oh,
It does not mean embarrassed.
embarrassed.
Yeah. Yeah. That's, yeah. Okay. Ese es un hermoso poema.
Eso es
Un hermoso poema. Or un poema hermoso.
Es un hermoso poema. This is a beautiful poem.
Ese,
Yes.
ese,
Ese. Essay? Oh, I thought it was
ese.
essay. I don't know. Say.
It's, oh,
So poema is also a cognate. Poem, poema,
Mhm.
right?
Okay.
Hermoso, but it's masculine. Okay, program. Anybody know how to say program?
correcto. Programa, ¿no?
Yeah.
Programa,
Another cognate, basically, right?
Mhm.
So how do I say they told me it's a very good program?
Ellos me dijeron que es una programa muy buena.
It's me de Giron.
Almost. It was so close. But
But no,
you said
but no cigar.
you said una programa
El
and
programa.
un programa. So, does anybody know why people say close but no cigar?
No.
Okay, little fun fact here. All right, back in the day, back in the 20s, when all of the carnivals started going from town to town to town, and you had all of those games that you could play, you know, like you could throw the baseball and you could win a prize like a teddy bear or whatever. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
I
Okay.
was there.
Well, this was for like if adults were doing this, on the very top row, they had cigars.
Yeah.
That the adults, the men, could win if they, you know, knocked over the milk bottles with a baseball, right? And so if they missed, the circus guy might say close, but no cigar, because they did not win the cigar on the top row.
Which actually made you a winner.
I don't know why I know that, but I know that. No sé por qué sé esto.
Now you can also say on that one, just to let you guys know, es un muy buen programa.
Okay, Anna's doing it. Never mind. She's in Nicaragua and I'm in Arizona, and we are both editing this document at the same time. I think that is so cool.
Unbelievable.
Very cool.
All right.
Tecnología.
Tecnología. Yes. 15. Everybody knows their numbers, right? 15.
I'll do this one.
Idioma.
El idioma es un poco complicado para mí.
Muy bien. Good pronunciation.
Yes. The language is a little complicated for me.
Great. Good job.
Well, I didn't want to do the next one.
You can
Yeah, I'm
try.
all planning ahead here.
I
So
bet you. No, I bet you can do it. I bet you
It's
can.
like a
Oh.
paragraph.
yeah, it is a paragraph.
Let's pick on Manish if he's still listening.
So aquí. Okay. La temperatura más alta
Good job. You're on a roll.
que fue recordado en el planeta. Okay, jamás registrada en el planeta. Fue en la Valla de Muerte, California. Okay, Death Valley. Uh, 134 grados Fahrenheit.
Good job. Okay, I want to help you with a couple words, Manish. So, alta registrada.
Okay.
Say registrada.
Registrada.
Muy bien. And then say planeta.
Planeta.
Good job. Say the whole thing again, please. Read it out.
La temperatura más alta registrada en el planeta fue en Death Valley, California, 134 grados Fahrenheit.
Awesome. Excellent. Excellent.
Thank you. Gracias.
17.
I'm sorry, one thing for that one.
Yeah.
Before the 134 degrees.
Oh. Okay.
That's it.
Okay. Mucho drama. That is something I could say every day. Mucho drama. I think Anna could say that every day also. She's she's very calm and steady, but I know that it's that thing, like a duck. Everybody knows what I'm talking about. On the top, it looks all calm and but underneath, it's pedaling a million miles an hour. Anna is a duck. A beautiful duck, but a duck. Yes. Okay. Yes. Mucho drama en mi trabajo. Come on. So this is an easy one, right?
It's an easy one, yeah.
Okay, so say it out loud, Bob.
Well, where's the new gal? Maybe she wants it. So, okay, there's a lot of drama at my work or at my job, I guess.
There's a lot of drama on my job.
Yeah. Okay. 18. Good job, Bob.
Gracias. Wow, that's a nice aroma.
We're almost done. We can do this. The flower.
Esa flora tiene un bien fragancia. Or bueno friends. Aroma. Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah, fragrance. It could be fragrance, but
buen works, or should it be fragancia? Okay. Bueno.
So that would be buena, right?
Yes. Bueno. Okay.
Okay.
Buen aroma.
So esa flor tiene un buen aroma.
Un buen.
Or una buena fragancia.
Yeah.
So you're saying buen and not buen? Buen?
Buen.
Buen. Okay.
Way.
Yeah. Rhymes with when.
Buen. See.
Un buen. Okay. 19.
So are there other diplomas with more or less years that are considered like from college?
Yes, there's 2-year degree,
sign
and 4 years degree. 4 years.
See.
But that doesn't make you a professional. I mean, like you have finished your career, right? Because with 2 years, what do you learn?
Well,
Just
it depends on
because here
the
the
major.
minimum is 5 years, so you can go with a career. You have to do at least 5 years to finish or to get a degree or a diploma. And then depending on the career, you will do 6, 7, or even 10 years. So
it depends on the subject. It depends on what you're majoring in. Some things.
But
you
it's
may
like
major in.
if you do 2 years, are you consider like a
You don't get a bachelor's.
like an engineer? No, it's like a technical career more than, right?
Correct. Yes.
Okay.
So it's not a bachelor's degree or a master's degree or PhD. It's a technical.
Okay.
Yeah. What are some examples of 2-year degrees? Anybody?
Like a nursing might get a certificate or something.
Dental technician. There are a lot of them.
Wow, that's interesting.
Electrician.
Here, those career you have to do 5 years for
Yes,
nursing, for
an
example.
associate. I was looking for the name associate. 2 years an associate degree.
That's it, Bryce. That's right. I forgot that.
I couldn't think of the name.
So instead of a bachelor's degree at 4 years, you would get an associate's degree at 2 years.
2 years.
And so there's many careers that only require an associate's degree.
Now there are many careers that only require an associate. Yeah, police, firemen.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay.
Yeah,
so,
Anna,
what is
do you
this?
have when you have that long of a degree? Is it part of it? Is it kind of on the job training? What would you call that when you go into the profession and work for like a year or two?
Technical. If you study,
is that part of it where you're at or not?
No, I did 5 years of computer engineers
in school, huh? In school. Wow.
Yeah, in college, yes. Yeah,
wow.
5 years for each career.
When Anna was younger, she taught at the university.
Yeah,
wow.
That was cool. Yeah, you don't need to be, or you don't need to have a ton of experience. If you have
a lot of knowledge,
a career. No, if you have your career, you need the diploma, the certification that you finish your career. You can teach, and there is a lot of demand for professional to teach in high schools, in universities. It's great and it's really nice. Yeah.
So yeah, it's a long story. So I found Anna. I was looking for a graphic artist. She answered it, and then I find out she's a computer engineer. Right? So
you really got lucky.
I really got lucky. Really lucky. 8 years later, right?
Wow.
Okay, so what does number 19 mean in English?
He has a 4-year
Degree.
degree
Yeah.
and
Okay.
$400,000 in
degree.
debt.
That's true.
Mhm.
More like 40.
Yeah,
Go for
Yeah,
it.
4-year college degree.
and no job.
Yeah.
All right. And number 20, he looks like.
Me parece como veo un fantasma. ¿No? Parece
Parece.
yeah,
Parece.
que veo una fantasma.
Vio.
Parece
Un
que
Un fantasma. So this is another MA word that is masculine, right? Okay, and I just want to write down before I forget.
el agua.
Photo. Okay, agua. Let's talk about agua real quickly, right? So el agua, but it's las aguas. How is that possible? El agua.
El agua.
Okay, so this is something really interesting for me, at least. So agua is a feminine word, las aguas. But la agua sounds weird, and so to make it easier to hear, over the centuries, Spanish decided to use el agua in conversation and in a sentence instead of la agua, because la agua is kind of la agua. Sounds like a different word. Does that make sense, everybody?
Yeah.
Okay, so because of the S, it can be las aguas, but if it's singular, it's el agua. Okay. Are there any other words like that, Anna? Or is that pretty unique?
No,
Well-
I am sure that there are a lot of stuff that I can't think about them right now.
Animas.
Well, is it like or? If doesn't that change to a sometimes or something like that, or is it or what? It's one.
So sometimes the Y changes to an A. El anima, las animas.
You know what an anima is?
What?
It's like a spirit, a soul.
soul.
A soul, yeah.
It's a soul. Yeah, it's like a spirit. It's not a ghost, really. It's like, for example, well, in my religion, when someone dies, there is a book that we pray for 9 days. Is Las Animas. Okay, is for the souls so everybody who died, whoever who died, your family or friends, whatever. So it's called Las Animas. Is the spirit or the soul of that person. So you pray for that soul, that anima, to go or find God. But it's el anima or las animas, in plural.
Thank you.
Let me ask
Right.
you, if you were ordering water, you were in a restaurant, there were more than one of you, would you say las aguas por todo or for everybody or just agua por?
Dos.
Aguas por todos.
Para todos.
Para todos.
We
Para
don't need an article. Agua para todos.
Agua por todos, okay.
Yeah.
Agua para todos.
water for everyone. But you would say, yeah, like, or a number, 2 waters, 4 waters, 3 aguas.
Yep.
Cool.
Aguas.
Okay. And we already mentioned photos. All right, everybody, I'm going to stop sharing and come back to the group. And thank you for being here. I hope you have a beautiful week. Thank you.
Gracias.
Mr. Roseborough, thank you for creating all of these week after week after week after week. How long have you been doing this? 3 years? You're on mute. You're on mute, my friend.
I said give
I
or
think he
take.
just quit.
It's incredible what you've done for the group and for everybody. I know a lot of people do review these documents. Anna's going to put this document in the WhatsApp group, like
Right.
always.
Right.
I know a lot of people review these or watch the videos when I post them after
You
the
know, I did the just the lesson I did. The reason why I did that, because honestly, it's not you have to put more memory into there. There's not a definite rule, because you'll find some MA verbs that are actually feminine, for example. So it's best just you have to just rely more on memory rather than trying to think of a certain rule. But it's very easy to make a mistake on those. I mean, it's very easy to remember them, but it's very easy in conversation to make a mistake on them.
And if
And
you do,
it's important. Sorry, James, it's an important lesson, and it's not easy to learn. I'll tell you what. I mean, obviously, I'm a native Spanish speaker. I know these things. I never, ever, not even once noticed that is el agua or la foto or whatever, la moto. But I'm learning Italian and I have to learn that. And it's hard like hell. It's not easy because because I'm not thinking in Spanish, it's a different language, but it has the same thing because it's a Romance language, or it has the same grammar thing. And it's very complicated. I don't know if for you guys it's complicated, but at least for me it's very difficult. And
yeah,
it's an
it's much
important,
worse.
it's an
I
important
promise
lesson.
you, it's much more difficult for us. El and la,
Welcome to my world.
yeah.
I understand.
Articles are one of the hardest things for us to master because we just don't have it at all in English. Okay.
Can I ask a question real quick before you?
Of course, Julie.
I know we have a little bit of time. Is there any way that you can? Because I was kind of going over number 20, and I was a little confused on. I was thinking como, not how do I say que? Can you mind explaining that real quick?
So he looks like, so he appears like, he seems like, you know.
Okay.
If it's, he looks as if
I'm
he
sorry.
had, he
Parece
had
como si
seen,
hubiera visto un fantasma.
Or
Yeah.
he's similar to a ghost.
Yes, si hubiera visto un fantasma. But see, if you notice, the difference is here, si hubiera, que vio. But no, it's a different way over. Yeah. Okay, see, we use like a conditional here. And here is a normal simple past tense. Hubiera, como se dice, is like. So in these two cases, you can use como. But here, simple past, no.
Just on a little side note, for if anyone's asking why it's hubiera instead of why it's subjunctive instead of the indicative, is because como si, or as if.
as if, right? He looks
It
as if.
makes it the subjunctive.
So I have a question about the word alma. That's another word for soul. Is it el alma and then las almas?
Yes, correcto. Let me write it.
Okay.
El alma, las almas. That's correct.
Okay, that clears that up for me.
For the same reason
Yes.
as agua. Yeah.
It's called
Oh, I
sílaba
just wanted to
tónica. I
see
don't
if
know
it
in
followed
English.
through.
Sílaba tónica.
Yeah, sílaba tónica is when to like la agua. So this thing, you don't need to learn this, okay? This thing is called sílaba tónica, and in Spanish we avoid that. That's why instead we change it for el agua. So there's no that union of the same. Most of the time is with a, because if you think about it, el ejemplo, I don't know if it's a bad ejemplo, it's un mal ejemplo, el ejemplo. Yeah, but yeah, basically that's how it's called, sílaba tónica. Yeah. But you don't have to learn that. It's just, that's the reason if you just want to know.
That's cool.
Habilidad tónica.
Okay. All right, everybody. Like I said, have a beautiful, beautiful week. We will see you next week. We do have a meeting next week. Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Okay, gracias.
Adios,
Okay.
gracias.
Chicos, chao. Buenas
Thank you for
noches.
being here. Thank you, Bryce. Thank you, Anna.
Feliz Semana Santa. Bye-bye.
Okay.
You're
Fin
welcome.
de
Bye bye.
semana a
Bye,
todos.
guys. Let me see if I can stop the live.